Okay, so back on video today, spilling a secret of mine on how to evaluate building lots and acreage. For 35 years, I have been walking land, buying land, selling land, and as a full-time real estate broker, helping hundreds of other people do the same. I'm talking urban land, suburban land, farming and hunting parcels. I have done it all. So I'm asking you to join me today to unpack this useful tool called the GeoGrid and how you can use a GeoGrid to protect your assets, to make smarter decisions, and to remove expensive mistakes made during the evaluation process. Okay, here is a GeoGrid that I made on my iPad or tablet. Can you see this okay? Okay, so on prior videos, I have focused a lot on finding the property corners, and we have been good about discovering property lines. And yes, I will put a link to that in the description below. Okay, but right now, I am asking for you to learn to evaluate the interior of a lot because that is where most of the expensive mistakes are made. It's called the GeoGrid, and we are going to learn more about GeoGrids using this vacant land parcel coming on screen in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So last week, a client from Arizona asked me to partner with them to evaluate this 4-acre land parcel in St. Louis, Missouri. To evaluate and thoroughly understand any land parcel, you can use an app called LandGlide, and then within LandGlide is the ability to lay down this red GeoGrid pattern like the one shown to my side. And with the guidance of this grid pattern, then walk the property step by step within the grid. On a typical lot, there are between 20 and hey, my record is 84 nodes or points to go investigate. Next, I invite you to walk a GeoGrid along with me, looking for clues and risks and unwelcome surprises. The grid took me about 25 minutes to walk, so you will notice that I will fast forward through some parts of this pattern. So here is a view of that red GeoGrid pattern that in the future, I am asking you to create for yourself. Notice that as I was walking along the path, the blue dot is moving to show our location on the parcel. And then the video image on the right aligns with our path too. I know, it's magic. So right here around point 4 is when I'm gonna take a left. I went down into the creek, styrofoam. There's an asphalt curb. There's an old iron pipe. I didn't like any of that. And then I went up across to the southern property line, walked up the road over here, found what might be an old survey point, I wasn't sure, and then turned around here at 7. Okay, so up here there was a chunk of concrete that looked like it came from an old foundation. There's some old dead plywood yard signs on the side here. And then heading back towards point 9, I went back to the creek side and I found concrete block, which I did not like, from probably an old building. I found some particle board that's right there that I did not like, that may have just been trash, okay? But there's some insulation as well that's right up here on the side. There's some insulation and some shingles, some tar paper from some shingles. And then I wanted to retreat back to this southern property line, which is property line number 11. I will never forget a realtor telling me years ago that she works with land because there's nothing to it. She said you walk the land, you write a contract, and people just buy it as is with no inspections, no hassles. And I understand, not everyone wants to do the research. Sometimes people walk the land just far enough that they get hot or they get cold, or last week a tiny little lizard moved in the grass and the customers retreated quickly back to the safety of their own cars. For those of you who are smart and you are curious, with LandGlide and with GeoGrid, you can plan your walk and then walk your plan. So here we are between points 12 and 15. There was some low water sitting there. There was no oil in the water. And so, all right, so my advice to you is to go out, you do the legwork, and you gather the information, put it in a useful format from which smart decisions can be made. First you diagnose and then you prescribe. So in this next section, there were some bushes with some debris in them. There's some HDPE, some injection moldings down in there. When I looked at them, I didn't see that to be a big challenge. Okay, so when walking land, there are both visible risks like the ones that I was searching for today. Those visible risks are typically on the surface, not always. And then there are non-physical risks to a transaction that I am not covering in this video today. In addition to LandGlide, there are several other apps that can help you track your progress. Apps such as Basemap, HuntStand, or OnX Hunt. For my subscribers who are frequent flyers to this channel, you know that I like LandGlide because the parcel overlays in my county are just the most accurate. Okay, so I want to do a quick disclaimer in the interest of protecting you. These evaluation tools that I'm suggesting are meant to be pre-contract during the evaluation phase before you even enter into a purchase agreement, okay? Yes, I am 100% recommending geotechnical inspections, licensed surveyors, professional title companies that will all come into play typically during that 30-day contingency period. We will have time to get the title, identify the easements, where are the natural resource protection lines, where are the flood lines, and a whole host of other background checks for the land. I happened to choose this particular property because it was relatively flat and it had few trees. If you have a parcel you're considering and the property is hillier and has more trees, these same concepts will work, likely even better. So oddly here in the St. Louis market, our market heats up in the fall and the winter when the leaves are down, the grasses are down, the critters are down, and we can actually see through the trees and find out where the neighbor buildings are located. People here purchase land in the fall and in the winter, and then they try to get their foundations poured the next spring or during the warm months of the summer. Okay, everybody, that's it for today's video. I hope you found this content useful. Now go out there, you guys, find some land and use these skills to protect your future investment. This is Mark Scheller saying adios. Bye for now, everybody.